Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24. It's been a while since we've been with this A's squad, but they've been playing a little bit better in recent times, going off a 4-game sweep last episode against the Angels. Now we have 2 home series against both Texas teams, the Rangers at first for 4, followed by the Astros later for 3. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more baseball and franchise content. The series is not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Wade Miley will be on the mound for the Athletics, while Marcus Semien, the former A, will lead off for the Rangers, and he'll begin this day by popping up into foul territory, where Noda will put it away easily. We'll take a look at the Texas Rangers lineup today. Texas coming into this game 31-22, currently leading the division. Next up will be the new acquisition, Matt Vierling, followed by Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia, who leads the Rangers with 14 home runs, Nathaniel Lowe at first, Josh Young at third, Ezekiel Duran's the DH, Jonah Heim at catcher, and Daniel Mateo, the rookie, out in right field. Here's Vierling with a one-hopper over to Martin, who makes the play for the second out. And then I'll bring up Corey Seager up next, who looks at strike 3, so a nice inning by Wade Miley to begin the day. On the mound for the Rangers will be Kyle Hendricks, the former Chicago Cub, who came over to Texas. He's had a pretty decent start to his campaign. Leading off for the A's will be none other than Gio Urshela, who's been one of our best hitters so far this season, and he's going to get back up to 300 with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first. Ryan Noda up next, now hitting 294 on the campaign. It's actually a hit and run that fails massively, as Noda can't hit the ball and Urshela's thrown out at second. So now one down as Noda draws a walk, so the stolen base attempt was very ill-advised in hindsight. He's on first for Shea Langoliers, who chops one over to first. Lowe tries to make the play, but he throws it into the outfield. This is going to be an E3, should have been a double play. Instead, both runners are safe as 2 on, 1 out going against Lowe. And then I'll bring up Tyler Soderstrom, who's been our best hitter by far this season. 9-11's 9th in the AL in OPS. 1-1 to him, and he chops this one over to short, and this time looks like the Rangers will turn the double play, and that'll end the first. We'll go to top 4. Here's Semien back up the dish. He grounds over to Urshela to begin the 4th. Miley, very good start to his game. Matt Vierling up next. First pitch swing and chops it down the third base line. Langoliers has to charge it, and Vierling's fast, and he's going to beat out the throw. And that's how the Rangers get their first hit of the day. A little bloop single out in front of the catcher. Next up is Corey Seager, and he hits this one high and deep to right center. And running out of space is Ruiz as this one is gone. A 2-run shot for Corey Seager as the Rangers had 0 hits going into this inning. Now have 2 and 2 runs. 11th home run of the season for the 2-time World Series MVP. Last year's AL home run champ, mind you. And the Rangers are out in front. Next batter is Adolis Garcia. He's trying to go back-to-back. High and deep to center, and he does just that. Solo shot for Adolis Garcia, the team-leading 15th home run of the season for him, as the Rangers do go back-to-back jacks. As Miley was pitching very good up until this point, has unfortunately seen his outing kind of be thrown out the window. Rangers lead 3-0. Go bottom 4 now. Langoliers leading off for the A's, and he swings and misses a sinker right down the pipe. That's Hendricks' 4th K of the day. I'm going to bring up Tyler Soderstrom. We saw ground out in the first with a good hitting chance. 2-2 to him now, and he's going to poke this one into left center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So Soderstrom gets his first hit of the day. I'm going to bring up the 5-hole Brent Rooker. Full count. He draws a walk. Good eye by Rooker. And now 2 on for the A's, trying to answer right back to what the Rangers did in the top half of the inning. Ruiz up next, hitting 0 for 1 on the day. 2-2 pitch to him, and he gets a hanging curveball, and he's going to poke it into right for a base hit. Runner will be sent home. It's going to be a close play at the plate, but Soderstrom is home in time, and it's 3-1 Rangers. RBI single for Ruiz. 1 down for Geloff now, who hits this one well into center, but it's going to be caught out there for the second out. Now I'll bring up in the 8-hole spot today will be Seth Brown. 1-1 to him. He turns on a fastball, hits it well to right field, but it's going to be caught out by Mateo. A's get 1 in the bottom half of the 4th. We'll stay with them a bottom 5 as Robbie Martin singles up the middle. Martin's hitting in the 9 spot. Not just because he's a bad hitter, but because I want to turn over the lineup well for the top, and Martin's done a good job of that. Fortunately, Urshela strikes out for the 5th of the day for Hendricks, and that'll bring up Ryan Noda. He drew a walk back in the first inning. He has a 2-2 pitch, and he swings early on a changeup. Nasty pitch there by Hendricks, trying to get through the inning, as that'll bring up next batter, but instead they won't allow him to. Hendricks actually gets pulled after this. Interesting call for the rookie Yerry Rodriguez, who's 27 years old from the Dominican Republic. Hasn't been the best rookie campaign for him. He just needs one out here, but he's got to go up against the 3-hitter Langoliers, who draws a walk. So now 2 on for the Rodriguez rookie, and it's Tyler Soderstrom who gets a nice pitch to hit, but just misses it. Pops it up over to first, and the Rangers dodge a massive bullet. Top 6 now, Rangers back up at the plate. Miley's still in going into his 6th inning, as Simeon will ground out to begin the frame. Matt Vierling up next, 2-1 pitch to him, and he hits this one down the third base line and fair. Matt Vierling's got some speed. He was acquired just 3 days ago from the Detroit Tigers for Tyler Mahle. He's got himself a 1-out double. Vierling's 6th of the season. Seager up next, who homered in his last at-bat, pops this one up over to second. Geloff is underneath it, and that'll be the 2nd out of the inning. Garcia, who also homered in his last at-bat, gets a 2-1 pitch, and he singles up the middle. That's going to be another RBI. The Rangers lead 4-1. Second RBI of the day for Garcia. Next up, Nathaniel Lowe. He swings through a cutter, so that'll end the 6th. Miley would then be pulled. He goes 6 innings, gives up 4. And the 3-time reliever of the year, Craig Kimbrell, will be tasked with the 7th. His first batter is Josh Young, and he walks him. So not a good start from Kimbrell, as the walks have been a problem so far this season. And to bring up Ezekiel Duran, the Silver Slugger from a year ago. Hitless on the day with an 0-1 count, but hitless no longer. He hits this one through the right side of the infield for a base hit. And quickly the Rangers have 2 on to begin the 7th. Jonah Heim now 1-2, looks at strike 3. Curveball gets on the inside part of the plate. Big K there from Kimbrell. Daniel Mateo also looks at strike 3. Probably should have swung at that pitch. That's back-to-back Ks now for Kimbrell, right to the top of the lineup. And Marcus Semien. He usually has good performances against us. He's hitless on the day so far. And we're actually going to turn it over to Zach Jackson. Kimbrell's tired, and I want a fresh arm against Semien. I know Jackson's not the best pitcher, and it comes back to bite us. Through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Semien again does damage against his former team. It's an RBI single. The Rangers now lead 5-1. Vierling up next looks at strike 3, but the damage has been done. Now a 4-run lead for Texas. We go bottom 7. Rodriguez still on the mound. As here's Robbie Martin singling up the middle, his 2nd hit of the day. As Martin continues to put together what's been a very solid rookie campaign. Gio Urshela up next, 2-2, swings through the slider. That's strike 3. Rodriguez punches out Urshela. Noda up next, singles into left center, and it's actually going to be more than a single. This one splits the gap. I didn't think it was going to do that, and that's going to allow a run to score, an RBI double from Noda. So the A's get 1 back. They now trail 5-2, and brings up the heart of the order. Langoliers up next, fouls off a fastball, but it's got enough room for a low to camp underneath it. 2 down now for Soderstrom, who hits this one up the middle. But Seager with a diving play, gloves it. What a play by Corey Seager, flashing the leather. Robs a hit and potentially an RBI. Jonathan Hernandez will then come in for the Rangers, as he has had a great start to his campaign, 1.64 ERA. He's tasked with the 8th inning, and he starts it by getting Brent Rooker to swing through the changeup. Ruiz now 2 for 3 on the day. Fortunately, though, grounds this one over to Semien. It's been a quick work here for Hernandez. In time for Zach Geloff. 1-1 over to short. Seager this time to his right. Another diving play by Seager to record the outs. Great defensive performance by Corey Seager in the past couple of innings. Then going to the next half, Chris Martin is going to be tasked with the 9th inning for the Athletics, just trying to keep this on a 3-run deficit as he begins by getting the first batter to pop up. Heim up next, 0-2, looks to strike 3. Nice couple of outs there by Martin. Just needs to get 1 more to get through the inning. Mateo up next will fly it over to left. Brown maybe takes 2 steps to his right, and he makes the glove. So good inning by Martin. It's now 3 runs, but it's going to be turned over to Jose Leclerc, who's been perfect so far this season. 19 for 19 on save ops. He's got a 3-run lead to work with, too, as Seth Brown will swing through the first pitch for strike 3. How about Robbie Martin? 2 for 3 on the day. He pulls this one in to left. It's actually weakly over to Seager. That's out number 2. Game comes down to Gio Urshela. Chopper over to short. Seager has it. Makes the throw in time. And that's going to do it for this one. The Rangers win by a final score of 5-2. As Texas proves too much. And they hold on to their lead right now of the division. First game of this 4-game set. A's look pretty solid. But The Rangers were just by far and away the better team. Win will go to Rodriguez, loss goes to Miley, and Leclerc now is a perfect 20 for 20 to begin the season. Great start his campaign. As player of the game will go to Corey Seager, 2 for 4. Had a great offensive day, had some awesome defensive ability as well, and we drop game number 1. Now, after this game, I went to the waiver wire and I noticed there's a player on there that's actually pretty decent. Tony Santillan, a 70 overall, C potential 27-year-old who's had not the best season for the Royals, but still 27. He's got a good contract this time. I think we're going to make a claim on him. Why not? We need to continue to try to improve the bullpen. Fortunately, we get some injury news. Ryan Noda gets hurt with an injury. He's going to miss a couple of weeks. So we do get Tony Santillan, so he will be set up role now in the 8th inning for us. But now Ryan Noda's hurt, one of our best offensive players, for a couple of weeks. We're going to call up Jordan Diaz, who's been hitting well at AAA, to take his spot. He'll be playing first base in the meantime. And we win game 2, 7-1. A good performance. Noda got hurt in this game, but he was 3 for 3 before that injury. So unfortunate end for him, but he definitely contributed. We win the next game 4-3 off of a 4-run ninth. Esteury Ruiz with a game-winning 2 RBI double in the ninth to take us 2 over 3 of the Rangers. But the bad news continues. Davis is going to miss a couple of days. Then Robbie Martin tears his groin. So our rookie, who's having a great season, is going to miss a lot of time. That's a big blow for us. He's been hitting 284. He's been a reliable offensive player. And now we got to replace him. We do also lose that game 10-4 as well, as Seager went 4 for 4 with 3 homers against us. And 6 RBIs. Got absolutely crushed. And to replace the roster spot, we're going to call up Lawrence Butler back to the Major League Club, as he's been hitting pretty well out in AAA. Give him a chance. So that takes us into the second half of this episode. Now we're down a couple of key players, as Kyle Freeland will take the mound for the A's at home for a 3-game set against Houston. We now sit 25-33, just split 2 of 4 against the Texas Rangers. That's not easy to do, but now we got to face the 32-24 Houston Astros, who are only a half game behind those same Rangers for the division lead. So doesn't get any easier for us, as we'll stay at home at least, and Kyle Freeland will grace the mound. Didn't get off to the best start of his A's career, but he's actually had a pretty good couple of starts now. ERA's down to 3.51. Obviously, he's got that massive contract, but, you know, if he continues to pitch like he's been in the past couple of starts, we'll take it. First batter will be Corey Yolks playing third base today, and he singles on the very first pitch of the ball game to begin. Jeremy Pena up next gets a nice curveball to hit. He flies it out to left field. It's going to be caught by Brown for the first out. And we'll take a look at this Astros lineup today. We've seen Yolks and Pena. Next up, we'll see Yordan Alvarez playing DH, followed by Kyle Tucker out and right. Yainer Diaz behind the plate. Alex Verdugo out in left field. Josh Abreu's the first baseman. Jake Myers is center, and Ryan McMahon playing second base today for the Astros. Here comes Alvarez, the Hank Aaron Award winner from last year, as he hits this one over to center. Well hit, but caught by Ruiz for out number 2. Kyle Tucker now trying to get through the inning as Freeland. There's actually a runner going for second, just too late to jump, so Yolks will get a free stolen base for us against us. He's now in scoring position for Kyle Tucker. 0-2, chops this one over to second. Geloff makes the play, and that'll end the top of the first. On the mound for the Astros will be Luis Garcia, who's had a good start to his season. 10 starts, 2.86 ERA, only a 1.03 whip with a 17% strikeout rate. Breakout season for Garcia. Today he'll start off against Zach Geloff, mixing up the lineup a little bit because of the injuries, and he begins the day by swinging through a high cutter. Urshela is hitting the 2 spot today, as he gets a nice cutter to hit as well, and he hits this one out to the left, but it's just going to be caught easily by Verdugo. We'll take a look at the A's lineup. A lot different with a couple of injuries, as well as some players getting a day off. We'll see Tyler Soderstrom in the 3rd spot, followed by Seth Brown in left, Shea in the 5-hole, Ruiz at center, Nick Allen playing short, Jordan Diaz playing first base, and Lawrence Butler getting the starts out in right field. So here's Soderstrom, first pitch to him, and he turns on a slider deep to right field. No doubt about this one, it's out of here. A Soder pop for Tyler Soderstrom. Shout out to the comment section for that one, as he gets the day started for the Oakland Athletics. Just the Athletics. His 13th home run of the season. Soderstrom really breaking out this season, proving he is worthy of an all-star appearance. Next batter, Seth Brown. He swings through a low pitch, and that is going to end the first, but the A's get the run on to begin the day. Go top 4 now, where Pena draws a walk. First of the day for Freeland. And that'll bring up Yordan Alvarez. Freeland did a very good job getting through the first 3 innings. Just don't want to blow it here, as Alvarez will hit this one well up the middle. And that's back-to-back base runners for the Houston Astros. A little bit of a threat here in the inning. Tucker up next, 1-1. He hits this out to right. Back is Butler. He makes the grab, but the speed of Pena will be able to tag and go to third. So runners down the corners, 1 away for Yainer Diaz. And he draws a walk. Pitch low, misses. So now bases loaded, 1 out for Alex Verdugo, the former New York Yankee, with a big spot here. 0-2 pitch to him, and he hits this one through the left side of the infield for a base hit. 1 run will score. That'll all be sent, and we're tied up at 1 apiece. Bases still loaded, mind you. Now for Jose Abreu. 1-1 to him. He hits this one well into center field. Ruiz will get to it, but it will be deep enough to tag the runner. And the Astros take their first lead of the day. It's 2-1 in favor of Houston. Jake Meyers up next. He hits this one into right field. The inning not over. Astros played another 3 runs here in the half frame for the Astros. Trying to get through the inning is Freeland. He finally does. Strikes out McMahon on the high slider. But 3 runs given up in the 4th. We'll stay with him in the 5th. And it doesn't begin much better. Corey Yulks with a base hit into right. Freeland with 3 good innings, but it seems like it's starting to fall apart at the seams. 3rd walk of the day as he draws a walk on Pena. And that'll bring up Yordan Alvarez, who we just saw score in the last inning. 1-2 to him. He looks at strike 3. Low sinker gets him. Nice bounce back pitch there by Freeland. 4th K of the day, and that'll bring up Kyle Tucker. Hitless on the day as a 2-time Silver Slugger. But the first pitch, he's swinging, and he's hitting it through the right side of the infield. Butler is playing back. He has to charge it, and the throw will not be in time. Astros now lead 4-1. RBI for Tucker. Yainer Diaz now up next. He gets plunked. Pitch runs inside. So bases loaded again. Only 1 out. Verdugo again in a good spot, and again he delivers. Single up the middle. 1 run will score. It's 5-1 Astros as Freeland is really struggling to get through these past couple of innings. Now up to 85 pitches. Jose Abreu, though, looks at strike 3. Slider gets him low. He has 5 punch-outs, but we've given up too many free base runners. Here comes Jake Meyers, RBI in the last half of the inning, and he draws another one here because he draws a walk with the bases loaded. That's a free run for the Stros, and yeah, that's going to do it. Kyle Freeland just fell apart the past 2 innings. We're going to turn it over to Craig Kimbrell to try to get the final outs. 5.33 ERA for him, and he does get it as he gets McMahon to ground over to Allen. But back-to-back 3 spots for the Astros have them out front 6-1. As we go bottom 5, see if the A's can counter this Astros offense. We start with a walk from Langeliers, and that'll bring up Esteury Ruiz. Struck out in his first at-bat, now faces an 0-1, and he's going to hit this one into left center. So back-to-back base runners for the A's. Langeliers gets aggressive. He goes to third, and he's going to make it. So runners on the corner, nobody down for Nick Allen, who's surprisingly been one of our better hitters with runners on base. And he's going to deliver here again. Hits this one out to left. That'll be deep enough for Langeliers to give it an attempt. And the throw is not in time. So Allen gets another RBI for his season. It's now 6-2. Jordan Diaz up next draws a walk. So Garcia may be struggling here in the bottom of the 5th. And I'll bring up Lawrence Butler. Flew out back in the 3rd. Only 1 for 11 this season. Hasn't been the best start for him. As he gets a 2-2 curveball. And all he does is ground it over to short. 6-4-3 will end the 5th. Go into the next inning where Chris Martin will come in later in the inning for the A's as he inherits a couple of outs. Just asked to get 1 more, but he's got a runner on second. And he walks Kyle Tucker. So another free base runner for the Astros. 2 on now for Yainer Diaz, who's been plunked, and he's walked. A couple of free base runners for him as well. 1-2 to him, and he swings out a pitch in the dirt. Nice job by Martin to get out of the jam. And we're through at 5.5. Hunter Brown will then come in relief for the Astros in the 7th inning, as 6 strong innings for Garcia today. His first batter is Langeliers, and he can't connect on the curveball. Sit down, Shea. Ruiz up next. 1-1 to him, and he just pops this one up over to first, where it'll be easily played by Abreu. Good start for Hunter Brown. He's 1 more. It's against Nick Allen, who first pitch will hit this one into right field for a base hit. Good job by Nick Allen, who's really improved the bat recently. He's been hitting really well. 2-2 now for Diaz, who strikes out. So the 7th inning is dusted. And we'll now go over to the 8th for Joe Barlow. will come in relief for the A's. One of our best relievers so far this season. He gets tasked with this half inning as he gets Ryan McMahon up first, and he gets the former Rocky to ground out to begin. Back to the top of the lineup, Corey Yulk's up next, and he draws a walk. That pitch was definitely in the zone, but it was a 4-pitch walk. That's another free base runner. And look at this. Pena then steps up. He's walked 3 times today. How many free base runners have the Houston Astros got today? Unfortunately for them, they cannot steal second base. This time, Yulks is gunned. Langoliers not going to be sleeping twice. So 2 down now for Pena, who looks at strike 3. So that end of the inning for the Stros. Good job of the A's to get out of it. We'll stay with them top 9, where Jordan Alvarez will lead off by sending this one deep to center. Ruiz makes an attempt, but he cannot bring it in. A solo shot for Jordan Alvarez extends the lead. His team leading 15th home run of the season goes to dead center. And the Houston Astros now lead 7-2 here in the top of the 9th. Later in the inning, we will see our first look at Tony Santillan, who will be called upon with 2 down, just trying to get the final out. Acquired via waivers recently from Kansas City, who actually Rule 5 picked up him in the offseason from the Reds. He gets the final out, strikes out Verdugo, so that'll send us to the bottom of the 9th, where the 3-time reliever Josh Hader will come in relief for the Stros. First batter is Soderstrom, and he will swing at strike 3. First out now goes to the 4 spot. Seth Brown, full count, swings and misses at a fastball. So our game is down to Shea Langoliers. First pitch to him. He hits this one up over to first. It's going to be gloved, and stepped on the bag is Abreu, and that'll end this one. The Astros win game 1 7-2. Pretty comfortable win here for Houston. Freeland started the game off well, just ultimately fell apart in the middle innings, and the offense was just not enough. Other than Soderstrom, it was just not consistent overall. Only 4 hits on the day. Garcia gets the win, Freeland gets the loss, and we do miss a couple of our key players today. Remember, no Noda, no Martin. Rooker got the day off. It was a little bit of a backup squad, and it showed today. Alvarez is player of the game thanks to his solo shot late in the 9th, and we drop game 1 of this 4-game set. Now, unfortunately, to make room for Santillan, we had to send somebody down to waivers, as Hernandez will now hit the injury bug down in AAA. And Gerson Moreno gets claimed off the Rockies from us, which is unfortunate because he does have B potential, but he was 29 years old at 64 overall. Wasn't quite sure if he'd ever actually reach that B potential, but that's unfortunate to lose. We lose the second game as well, 8-5. Miley, 5 earned in 2.5 innings. Has not been good for him in the month of May. And then we lose game 3 as well, 5-3. We get swept. Kimbrel gives up 3 earned in the 7th and doesn't record a single out. Yikes. So not a good end to the month of May. We've reached the month of June and a day off. So why not take a look at the minors? It's been a while since we've gone down to AAA and AA. We'll take a look at them in the next episode and see how their seasons are going and see if there's any help we could get at the Major League level with these couple of injuries. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.